One more look at the top half of the Premier League table. Liverpool up to fourth. They jump West Ham, who are in fifth after an impressive 3-1 win against Spurs on Thursday. Liverpool and West Ham then will meet Sunday in London. We take a look at the odds for this one. No surprise, Liverpool installed as heavy favorites. Craig, Ian, Jan, Shaka in studio, all still with us. Craig, I'll start with you. How do we evaluate where Liverpool is at? Just a great performance on Thursday, a super important win, but they lose Joel Matip. More centre-back injury issues.
Yeah, I think, with the Matip scenario, it's just rattled on for too long now. And I think Jan can touch on this as an outfield player. There's no point going to Shaka because he's a goalkeeper, and it don't really matter. But when you've got an injury and you're rehabbing and you're pushing yourself to come back and you're rushing it all the time, it just gets worse. And I get the feeling with Matip, he's just going to have to take time out and they're going to have to rest him. Otherwise, we're just going to see this between now and the end of the season because he's chasing his tail. Look, Liverpool played pretty well at Old Trafford and lost. Made a couple of mistakes. One from the young lad, one definitely from the goalkeeper, and got punished for it. They were much, much better against Tottenham, as we know, particularly going forward. But it's testament to the kind of professionalism that they've got, that the likes of Fabinho and Jordan Henderson have gone back in there and done an amazing job. And they're probably going to have to do that unless the Fenway Group give Jurgen Klopp the money to bring in a centre-half, because it's been a gaping hole for them. But for Liverpool fans, it was just great to see, one, the full-backs on form again, and two, the link-up between the front three, which has been sorely missing, and they look more like their old selves. But this is a test because David Moyes has assembled a very good little West Ham side that have a good shape. He's rebuilt his stock, and if Liverpool are going to win, they're going to have to play well.
Ian, Jurgen Klopp admitting today, finally, that he is in the market for a centre-back if he can find one at the right price. If they can't land a centre-half in this transfer window, do you think they're jeopardizing, forget the title chase, their top four chances?
Well, they are, yeah. I'm surprised they've got by as well as they have this long, but they do seem jinxed in that position. I'm surprised they haven't made quite a bold move, but I think, as Jan was saying, all the clubs are badly affected by the COVID situation and don't have the spending power to go out making a very, very big signing. This game at West Ham, they've got to cope with Mikel Antonio here, and that's not the kind of opponent, really, that you want to be up against without a proper defence in place. I think West Ham are going for 7 wins on the bounce. Their confidence is very, very high. Jurgen Klopp was right. Liverpool did have their mojo back at Tottenham. The forwards looked to be functioning again. Their energy level was up. Alexander-Arnold was in terrific form again. I think Liverpool will edge it. I think Liverpool will edge it, but it's a tough one.
Jan, I always pay attention to your Twitter account. Recently, you've been saying that Kylian Mbappe could be going to Liverpool. Can he play centre-half?
Well, he could now, couldn't he? Because anyone could at Liverpool at the moment. And Mbappe, what we do know is that he is struggling to agree the contract with PSG. And we just know that the representatives, we spoke to Liverpool. But, I mean, they have major different challenges now. And I think what is interesting with Liverpool, as they are now looking the last 2-3 days in the transfer window to find a defender, I think that we are beyond the point of finding the money. The money they will have is now about finding the centre half, because there got to be a team that will kind of let one of the best defenders then go, because it's got to be the best defenders, because they're going to do Liverpool well. And do you loan a player just till the summer? Van Dijk will be back, Matip will be back. What do you do? This is a difficult situation for Liverpool. What kind of player, where will you find him? And B, would that be a player that's going to stay here for a longer period? So this centre-half position need to be solved. But I'm impressed that Liverpool somehow have these loyal players that will always do the best back there to help them out. Good win at Tottenham. They could have won at Old Trafford. So I think it's a worrying time for the other teams around them, because I think Liverpool will be back there. And top four, of course, they will make a top four. I still think that winning the league is still in for Liverpool.
Shaka, for all we talk about Liverpool, West Ham playing really well right now.
Yeah, without question. Ian Darke mentioned West Ham have won six on the spin. And coming into this one, kind of given West Ham's own recent history against Liverpool, I think they haven't won in 9 against them. even David Moyes as manager has struggled against Liverpool, but you fancy it right now. And listen, take nothing away from Liverpool in that performance against Spurs, where the front three started to click and look like they'll be back to their old selves. But you talk about that centre-half position. Between Henderson and most likely it'll be Phillips who came on for Matip, maybe he starts. If I'm David Moyes, and more to the point, if I'm Michael Antonio or Thomas Souček, and I'm looking at that makeshift centre-half pairing, I'm excited by it. And I'm saying to the rest of the team, you all don't do anything. Soak up pressure. I'll invite Trent Alexander-Arnold, invite the two wing backs to come on. And just leave those two up front to do their work. And listen, Michael Antonio on his own against those two, I back Michael Antonio.
Right then, here's a look at the weekend's Premier League slate. All 20 clubs in action. Things get underway Saturday with Everton, Newcastle. Big match on Sunday. Thomas Tuchel second in charge. Chelsea at Burnley, and Brighton and Spurs wrap things up late Sunday.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.